Hi guys, it's Granny Tana speaking. Welcome to this FS22 Let's Map video. I'll keep on building on my upcoming map Marigold Farm. That will be an American map, and that's why I primarily make videos on my English language channel with those Let's Maps, because it will be an American map. So in this part I want to make the rivers. One bigger one here and one smaller one here. But before, I think I'll tell you what I was thinking after the last video. Because for me too, it was the first impression I got from this landscape, and I will make some adjustments, but not at once, but sooner or later. So what I thought is, those mountains are nice. Maybe I will change the texture colors, that it fits better to the colors of the real map. So the grass a little bit less green, and the mountains where the forests are, they should stay green. They shouldn't become brown, because here there will be trees, and then we get the impression of being green. And so first I will make the trees here, and then we will see which color is best for here. That is the first thing. The other thing is, even when we are down here, we can see higher mountains there. I thought maybe it would be nice to make some even steeper and higher mountains there in the back. I could place individual mountains, because if you are here, you wouldn't see that they are just individual mountains. I use individual mountains on other maps as well, and it works quite fine. And here I thought I make one background mountain all around, but then I could add some additional extra mountains. And here I thought, I don't like that it ends in the nothingness somehow. Therefore, I thought maybe I will change the whole model a little bit, that the river that is making this valley is going up here maybe, and then I can have some mountains here, and then you see the river disappear behind the other mountains, and you don't have the feeling you have an open flat end that ends into nothingness. You know what I mean? So that, yeah, the river goes on and on, but you can't see it anymore. And on the other side, I would make the same, either make it turn in this direction, the river, or in this direction, and then cover it by mountains, that you only see, okay, there the river goes and it disappears in the distance, and there are mountains. And yeah, here I want some higher mountains as well. I like it like this is, but I would prefer to have some more mountains here. So more or less more mountains, less strong green, and a river that disappears behind mountains, that it looks more natural. And then when I make the river here today, I will have a look, and then I will shape this. So this change I would make in my World Machine program, I guess, and make this totally new. which is not such a big deal. And here to dig out the river, I would make in Blender that it fits to the river that is here and on the other side as well. And maybe even I dig it out here that the river is at least at some parts going over here. So the river will be the border of the map. So you can go into the river, but then it stops. So, and now we're gonna build this first river. And what I also thought, because we will have the river here and we will have a village here and maybe even a village here as well, and we will have all our factories here and selling points, so a lot of the flat area will be occupied by buildings and river. And then maybe we don't have enough place for bigger fields. Therefore I thought, if this is the case, maybe I would remove some of those smaller mountains, maybe like this. This I like to have somehow an entrance to the other valley, but this could be removed, and then I will just see what we need to modify, because I don't want it to have only 3 fields. It should have at least 20 fields, and some of them rather big. Not really huge, rather big is enough in my opinion. Okay, now the river. Maybe first I make a transform group for Marigold. Marigold. And then I make one transform group, or are the splines? Here are splines. Okay, but only for the traffic system and such. So then I make one for the splines that I put here inside, because I want to make the river with the spline and later the roads with splines as well. And if you wonder what is a spline, you will see what is a spline. I create a spline. So, and then I search it. Maybe we just start over here. I put it here. Yes, here it is. And it shows in the wrong direction, so maybe just like that. And you can already see what it is. The first beginning, it is something that has a start point and an end point, and it has a line. And so now I just move the start point here, because the river should reach till the end. And maybe even, yeah, do I want it to be closer to the border of the map? A little bit maybe. And then there is a thing, the real Wyoming River, no, not Wyoming, Yellowstone River is extremely wounded. Is this the right word for it? So it's not straight at all. It's the opposite of straight. And I like it, but I think to make it so much wounded here would take too much place. It would be like this. and so I think maybe here it is curved and there it is curved, and maybe that is the main curvature of here. So we have, and maybe a little bit like so, and then I thought maybe I make an island, maybe even here in this area, where we have, so to say, two rivers. And the river that is close to here, there is the border, and the other one where the island is, you can go, and you can go to this river part, and then we have some maybe recreational stuff at the island, because I think it's not good for agricultural things, but yeah, let's see what we do on this island. And to live on this island wouldn't be good too, because I think usually it would be in a flooding area. And so nobody who is clever would live at such a place. So I put it that we have the starting point exactly here, and now I take the end point and make it a little bit longer, maybe like so, and here I can pull on this red dot, and here you can see the spline can be moved and pulled and make curves, and so, and now I add another point. Now I have a new end point. So, and here it goes under the terrain, and oh no, it should stay the same height even if it goes under, because we want to dig with this. For a road I would try to follow the terrain, but here I don't want to follow the terrain. The spline should guide the terrain later to dig the river. So yeah, what I try to construct here is this curvature for the upcoming island, and it shouldn't become too big, but maybe like so, and later I will work on the curves, because if not I could lose this point, and I don't want to lose it because it's underneath the terrain now. So yeah, this island should keep on going, maybe a little bit like so, and then the island shouldn't take too much space from the field area. Yeah. Yeah, when I played on Silver Run Forest today, I thought, okay, on Silver Run Forest we too have a river. This river will be in at the left side. Even if the construction for me it feels like so, but it will be at the left side, like it is now. And so this is a little bit sad that I can't see the line. Yeah. But if I move it up, let's see what to do. Maybe I move the whole spline a little bit up. Now it's 11 meters. Let's try 16 meters. Oh, no, 16. Yeah, then it's better. And it's more or less straight. I thought I made a lot of curvature. But now I can grab it, the points, and can modify it. So, and here we go much closer to the border. Yeah, I was talking about Silveron Forest, and I realized that this shape, the basic shape of the this landscape is rather similar. We have a flat area with a water, and there we have the village and some fields, and then we have mountains. And I thought, oh yeah, that's not what I wanted to make. Somehow I don't want to make Silveron Forest, but I want to have mountains. But the part of the map that is rather flat, that is more valley, should be bigger than at Silveron Forest. And therefore I thought, okay, if I remove this and maybe here this mountain, then we gain at least 2 or 3 more fields, and then this is not such a big problem anymore. So okay, and now we have one. So I just finish the points, and later I take care of the curves. So we should come to the border here, because all space that is beyond this, apart from this island, is lost space, which would be a pity to lose space in an area where we could have very nice fields. So, and so up to the end, but up, because here I want to make it a curve. So now let's check. I think here we could go a little bit more to the edge, and here I think it's enough, and here this is too wiggly somehow. It's 2 points. Yeah, now it's a little bit better. Yeah, and maybe this closer to the border a little bit, and that then even closer. Yeah, like that, it's okay. And then I make an additional one that goes here, or here. Maybe I put the starting point more in this direction. Oops. So I hope I can grab the point. Sometimes it's difficult to grab the points. Yes, now I have it. And I think I could remove this because this is too much. This here is better. So. And then maybe that. Okay, and then the other river can meet it. And maybe in the end it's a rather small island, but let's check. Because very often when I'm working on such a map in this stage, for my feeling the map gets very small because I can see the overall map. I'm flying above it and it's not obstructed by trees and so. And then I think, oh, this will be a very small island, for example. But here I have a circle that is 200 meters in diameter. I think that's the word. So it's 200 meters wide. This is about 600 feet. So this is quite a nice island. And even if the river will have some thickness for sure. So maybe we have only 100 meters in the end for the island. But I think that is enough. For a nice touristical island, maybe I make a imbiss booth there and some so recreational stuff, and then this is enough, I think. Okay, good. And now I put it down again because it is, yeah, it is too high. It was at 11, and that is exactly here, and it should go down. So I make it 9 meters in height. Yeah. Then we have the underwater river, and maybe first I dig, first I save. And then I dig something like 10 meters maybe. And then I move it up a little bit. And then I dig 20 meters. And then we will see how thick it is. Okay, so we have a script mod. Not script, no script mod. A script that is built in the Giants editor, script editor here, and it is terrain, set terrain height by spline. Okay, and here I can say, I think this is the width. Yeah, and I don't know which is the other number. But I just try with, and I think it's diameter, no, it's radius, and so if I want to have it 10 meters diameter, I have to write a 5. So, and I can't save because this is built in. Okay, now I execute. And wish me good luck. No, I don't want to save. Okay, okay, it always takes a while. Those scripts are very slowly. Oh, it digged. Yes, it did what I wanted, but it's very narrow. Very, very, very narrow. Much more narrow than I thought. Okay, I make it wider. So No, saving. Okay, is this wider now? A little bit. So, and now I move it up. Yeah, do I move it up 1 meter? I try. Okay, and then I make it double the width, so 20, and I think then it's 40 meters. I have to check the width with this terrain tool. Oh, I don't want to save, because I think 40 meters would be quite some river. Okay, this is the bigger river, so maybe it should be even wider. Yeah, it works quite well. And I made it narrower down there and wider up there to get something like a soft V shape. And it works quite nice, but I think it's not wide enough. Not at all. Because I thought I make it close to the border, then we have, so it should be much wider. First I check again here with this tool. Let's see, 10 meters in radius. Okay. This is 10 meters, so this is 20 meters. Maybe I modified the wrong number here. Because this is 20 meters. This is what I wanted it. No, I wanted it to be 40 meters. So even wider, like this. Yeah. And this would be quite some river. Then I would say, okay, yeah, this is wide enough. So something is wrong. I have to check. Maybe it goes fast. If not, I will make a recording break. We have the editor utils, and there maybe I learn a little bit more about the set terrain height by spline. Editor utils. No, I don't want to set to here. We get a lot of tools, and we can learn from this. This is very interesting. So they made functions for all kinds of stuff. And I think they use it themselves, the Giants designers. Set terrain height. Could I search? I think not. Set terrain height by spline, yeah. Take X, Y, Z value from spline, yes, but I want to know here. This is the height of set and the side count. The side count. So those are no meters. Oh, with the height of set, I could say, okay, dig it deeper than the spline is. That is good, because now I set the spline deeper to dig deeper. And why isn't it real size 1 meter? Oh no, that is the each meter they take. So, okay, I don't understand what it has to do with this, but I can just increase it and then we will see what happens. It should become wider. Maybe I even increase till 100 if it's needed. No. So, yeah, being very patient. The strange thing is I already made my rivers in other maps with it and don't remember that this number is so different to the actual width. But here it became wider, but never what I would see. 40 is quite wide. I make 20. I could live with this, and this should be oh no, I try 200. Maybe it is a tenth. It is maybe 10 centimeters. And if this will be too much, then maybe I can use the undo button. Okay, and what you can already see, the bank is not beautiful, so I have to work on this manually, but this is okay. Oh, and here, oh, it made very strange things. You see this? I don't remember this making such strange things, but maybe this is good. So it would be no problem for me to, and here it is really not very deep, and here it's nearly like a canyon, but I can change this, and it's no problem to make this wider at a space, so I can just go and use the tool, and it's interesting what it did. It never happened to me like this. But maybe I like those bigger areas on some places. So this is not too bad, I would say. Now I close this. Okay. Yeah, here we are again. I save it first. And then I try to make a water plane. So, and this I call spline river. And then I want to make a plane. And this is lost here. So I pull it here, and I want it to be at which height? 11 meters? No, a little bit less. 10 meter 50 maybe. And the scale should be 2000 meters in one direction and I think for the moment I need 200 meters in the other direction, or even more. And later I will make a water plane that fits perfectly to the shape of the river. But now I just want to have water to get the impression. So I think 300 meters would have been enough. Oh, and 2048. Yeah, that should be enough. And then here, yeah, this water is everywhere, but somehow rather deep down. And maybe I have to dig even deeper, but that is more, let's say, special. Now I want to try a trick. So this is my first water plane river, and water plane river plane. Oh, wonderful. And just put it here, and don't worry, it will change. I have some water planes in the old Elm Creek. Here we are. Waterfall cave, water plane height. Yeah, that sounds good. Water plane pond. Maybe water plane creek would be better, and those other ones. Water plane BMPP. What is that? Let's have a look. Oh no, I think this is a special one that I don't want. I try the water plane creek as an example, and then I click on my own water plane, and I made myself a very simple tool that is very useful to copy the material. And now I just have to click and hope that it works. It still takes a while. Okay, now it's invisible. That's not what I wanted. Maybe I need to give it some tangents and cast shadow map and distance blending and all this stuff. Now here we are. We have water. Yes, we have water. And distance blending should be, let's say 2000 meters. And then I make the freeze transformation to get rid of the 2000 scale. And then we can look whether it looks like river water or it's shady. This is very deep, but this can be changed. Okay, yeah, maybe I have to work on this, but other than that, I think it's okay. And I need a sand texture to paint. Maybe now I just try the riverbank, painting a little bit that this doesn't look so green. Riverbank, because we have riverbank. riverbed. Okay, riverbed is different to riverbank. And I want only... Oh, I take all. Yeah, it's okay if I... And somehow I have to think about whether I keep some of these thickening areas of the river. I will not leave it as it is. So, and maybe I make it even a little bit deeper. So, oops. Ooh. That's not where I wanted to go. Okay. So, and maybe I just try again with this spline and the script. Again, it's a script editor, yes. And no, I don't want to change, but now I want to change. Now it's 10 meters in height, so it's only 50 centimeters at most of the places, I think. So now I try to make it 1 meter 50s down, and then only 100 meters wide, or 100, that would be 20 meters wide, maybe, if I'm right. Could not save the... I don't want to save. I always do the wrong clicking. So let's see what it does. Maybe my rivers before haven't been as curvy as this. Okay, here it digged a hole somehow. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and now I make only 1 meter less, and I make 120 without saving. And as you can see, the edge is always very ugly, but that can be changed easily. Okay, and now I make 0.5 and I make 160. And the color is much darker, so it looks much waterier, more like water in the darker parts. So let's see how it is now. Here we can see it, the shape, or maybe we just dive. Should be possible to dive. No, not so easy to see. I thought it would be easier, but you see some steps somehow. Yeah, and maybe I just leave it for the time being. And Yes, reload. So this is my script window. Yeah, my script window somehow. Where is the code? But it's not needed for what we do here. And do I make some arrangements? Only a tiny little bit. Yeah. So yeah, here we even out the river bank a little bit, that it's more smooth. So, and like this everything will become, and here I will make the river wider, that we have this. Yeah, I just will do this. No, maybe not wider than this, but wider than this. So I will even it out. But no, I would like to make the other river that comes from there till here. And let's see the terrain. And here I forgot to remove the grass, but that's no problem. We have some ups and downs here. But I hope it's always up. So I hope it's always only up. Oh, it's easy to make, because when I start digging, making the spline here, I can pull on the end point of the spline, but never push down again. So when we have an area that is lower than before in this direction, then it will just dig deeper. And I think this should go away in the end, that we can drive here. So let's see. Another spline, maybe first saving. And then another spline. Okay, I put it here and I call it spline creek. Because this will be much smaller. And I don't want it totally straight, so maybe I let it come here. But for this, I should make this wider. Okay, this could be done right now. 20 meters, maybe 30 meters. And then I take the height, what was it, 10 meters? And replace, okay. And now I just make it. Now this is too high, 9 meter. Maybe I try 9 meter. Yeah, that's deep enough. So and if you ask yourself why I didn't do this like that from the beginning, yeah, in this case this question is correct. It makes sense because this the height of this is more or less flat, and so I could have done it just by digging it out in this way. But here we have a slightly slope, and therefore this spline method is better, I hope. So I have good experience with this, but today there were some rather strange experience. But I like it somehow. So it gives the whole river a more natural feeling. It doesn't look like a channel. And before, when this spline method worked so perfectly, it was more like a channel, and I had to add the variety myself. So, and now I follow the heights of the terrain. Maybe even, come on, yes, more in this direction. Here we have a point, so like so. That it is not just straight. So, and now I add, and here is a little hill, and here again, so I try to go through here. And later, yeah, I think later I will modify this a little bit, that it looks more interesting. And the village has to live with this, or maybe I make the village on either side, maybe on this side, and here we have a bridge, and then, yeah, maybe here we have the vehicle dealer. No, you call it different. I think there is a different word for them. Degwin always has a nice word for. I have to pay attention the next time. So, and so I have to pull on it nearly every new point or every second point, so it goes up and up and up. And I couldn't make oh, that's not true. I couldn't make a slope by just digging manually, but it's not so easy to dig it in the terrain, to make a slope that is on top of the terrain is easier, but for the river to follow the heights of the terrain and make it then deeper is better with a spline, I would say. And this is very straight now, but it's a rather narrow valley here, so it doesn't have much place to be curvy. And here too I want to make it disappear behind a mountain. So maybe like so. But today I don't work on the water in this area, only here on this area. This I will do at a different time. So, because it's a totally different kind of work. I can't work on this like I work on this. This I have to modify in Blender, and it's a totally different way to work. Because this is a static object, and this is here is a terrain with terrain functions. So I could pull it over there to the, let's see, yeah, would be okay to have it a little bit in this direction. And here I think it would love to go there. And then I could even bring it down. And here, oh, I add another point, oh, which is there now. Okay, this is okay, good. And now I go here and pull it over there. Yeah, and now I add one. Okay, that's what I wanted. I follow the terrain again. Okay, more to the left. We already have something like a river here. And I think if we already have it, we should use it. That's the natural flow of the water. And here, how is it here? So, and this curve is not natural, and this here is too strong. So what I like with these splines is that you can modify them and turn and tweak, and it's not as easy as I would like to modify them. But it's a different kind of work somehow. If you would just paint it with the digging tool, yeah, you can't look and then think, okay, that is not the perfect place. I think here it's better and such. Come on. The red point. So, and if I change something here, very often it changes there as well. So this can go further down. Okay, and maybe that too. A little bit. And I really should follow the flow of the water that is already here in this terrain. And that goes there, and here maybe it gets a curve. So we go here, and then there, and then maybe down. Yeah, it's flying. So if I tell it to make it 2 meters below, then it shouldn't fly 2 meters high. It should be on the terrain. Okay. And now I can pull this higher. Come on, come on. Yep. Here it is again. Okay, this is good. And here, is this following the natural? No, not. That was my idea and not following the terrain. This is still okay. And this. Okay. And then for this creek, I would really like if this script does this strange things again, with sometimes wider and sometimes not as wide, because then it would look more interesting. Usually I wouldn't like this. Okay, and this should go further down, but here, because this is the ground of the valley. Okay. And let's see whether it's at the right level. Oh, it's flying. Terrible. So, and I hoped a little bit that the whole map will become more beautiful when doing the rivers, that you get a better impression of how nice the landscape will become. But when I see this, this is not going to happen today. And here I see it is not in the bottom of the valley, and water would always be. So this should be here, and then maybe here, and then yeah, I think here it could be okay to make it like that. I could modify the terrain for this area. And then I just give this a little push. Then we have a little bit of a curvy creek. Okay. Now I have this. I save it. And then we try the script. Oh, it's already 1 hour again. Yeah, this is always with modding, the time runs so fast. No, I don't want to save. So Is 2 meters enough? Maybe I try with 2 meters. So 2 meters below the spline, and then it should be 10 meters wide, so I try with 50. Then we have 100 and divided by 10, then we have 10 meters. Maybe, if it does what I want. So, and I hope it doesn't work straightforward, but makes these little funny things again. Oh. Oh no, it decided to. No. I really wonder what happened. Now it is very wide, 100 meters. What happened? I have to undo. I hope I can undo. I can keep this. Edit. No, I can't undo. But I saved. Did I save? I think I saved, yes. So, I reload. And wish me good luck that I really saved. Oh, I should have. Maybe I saved in the right. I saved at 3:03 in the morning, so AM, and now it's 3:05. Yeah, that looks okay. Yeah. So now the width was like I thought it would be, but that wasn't here. I really wonder why it made such strange things with this river. Maybe because of the closeness to the border of the map. Okay. So 2 meters is okay. Maybe even a little bit deeper later, but not now. And then I just try 5 to get 10 meters. No, no saving, because I can't. I have to drink a little bit while waiting. Better, much better. Here you can see the water plane from this. The width, is it enough? And here it... Oh, it made a mountain. No, no, so I have to pull this more down. And here it made a river, yes, that's okay. And here, yeah, it was okay. Maybe I should go to 3 meters, and there where it made a mountain, this is starting here, I go further down. So, and I add one more point, so, and here, So if you want to make a road that is above the waterline or whatsoever, you can use this too. This is, I think it is meant more for roads than for rivers, but you can use it for rivers and for roads. Okay, and I think here I'll remove the grass because this irritates me a little bit. Subtract. Yeah. Later we will add a lot of grass. So, okay. That's it. And now we'll have, I save again to be on the safe side. Okay, it's done. No, now it's done. And the width, is it okay? So I would say here it is too narrow, but I can make it wider later. And here, maybe in the 3-meter depth like this, and then a little bit higher and wider. So something like 1.50 meter maybe. So first I make 3 meters and then I make it like that. Execute. No. And then we will see how it will look. Okay. Yeah, here we are. Now we have a digging deep thingy. Okay, and now I make only 2 meters and let's say 14 meters without saving. And as you can see, I have to work on all the riverbanks, so nothing will stay like this in the end. Oh, I have to make that's why the other thing didn't work. It filled up everything, and here it filled everything up as well. So when I went up, is sure everything in this width is filled up up to the side. So I have to make the 3 meters and now the 5, and then it will dig deeper in the center. Is it finished? Did it do what I want? Yes, quite a little bit. Yeah, and when I work on the details, I think this edge the bank can be really rocky and nice, and yeah, and maybe I would love to have a little pond somewhere here, but oh, there's not much space. Maybe here a little pond, little tiny pond where the main farm is. And I have to work on the terrain in this valley that we can have at least some small and middle-sized fields and a farm and maybe some other infrastructure and a small road. I only want to have a dirt road here, but we need place for a dirt road. So this won't stay like it is now. I make the splines invisible now. Maybe for later use. Okay, and now I paint everything with this riverbed. And maybe 10 meters. Oh, now I can close this. No. Okay, this this always pops up when I close the script window. And what I will see now, whether I can make one water plane that works for this whole slope for the moment. I rather think I would need more of them because the slope will change on its way, I think. And then later I make a water plane that fits perfectly well to everything here. Maybe I even can make a little waterfall maybe here in the end, a little tiny, and some currents maybe, that it is not, and yeah, and I will see whether I can make it a little bit more interesting from the shape, like here, like do. But this was the shape where the water would flow in this valley. So I would have to work on the whole terrain of this valley. So now I try to copy this water plane, yeah, like so. Ah, it's still copying, okay. So now I turn it 90 degrees, okay. And now I try whether no, it won't work. You see what happens? I need several small water planes for this, and even then it will probably be difficult. So this should become much smaller. Oh, no, it's too small. Scale, let's say maybe 0.1. Oops. So oh. And now I just copy it again, and that we see a little bit of water there, but I have to change this rather soon. So Okay, I wait for the next copy. And maybe I should do the freeze transformation. But this won't stay like that anyhow. It's just for the moment to enjoy the existence of water in this small creek. And I really have to adjust the slope of the water for every piece. So maybe I will do something like with the streets. I will follow, export the spline somehow, and then create a custom-made water, especially for this slope. But before I'll do this, I would have to reconfigure the water and how it flows and so. And here you can see this would be a nice place for a pond. Yeah. A natural pond. So now I make it narrower again. Oh, no, 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 no. So much narrower. I think I will work on this creek without making a video, because this will need a lot of concentration and trial and error, and so to make it work. Oops. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to save. Sorry. Okay. Now here we are. And then when I did this, I will show you and I will tell you what I did and so. Yeah, in the end, we could say, as it is always rather long when I do a map, nothing what I did today will stay exactly how I made it today and even yesterday. So everything will change. The basic idea might stay, so here mountains and there a river and here a creek, this will stay. But other than that, there will be a lot of change. So maybe we could just put one tree that it looks a little bit nicer. because like this is really not so nice. Do we have a willow? No, I don't have a willow. Then I take an oak. So the biggest oak we have. And maybe later some willows at the water. Oh, this is so small. But here you can see the dimension of this. Okay, maybe the creek is too big, too wide in the upper part, because this is the biggest oak. And that is in the beginning of a map, it is more a problem than later to get a feeling for the dimension, because everything looks so small, and the map, you get such a perfect overview because there's nothing on it. And then as soon as you have something like that, you see, oh, this is much bigger than I imagined. And so, and now I make the maybe like this. No, this is too big. This is still too big. I want to make the edge a little bit softer here, because it's so zigzaggy, you know what I mean? And here, maybe it would have been easier to make everything by hand, and then just when the terrain changes. But like that, I think we got a steady slope downward. When I would have made it by hand, I would have made some, maybe the water rises while going down, what would not be okay. And so I think it's good to make it with the spline and then modify it by hand. And I like to make river banks with not like that, but with a lot more work and fun, and making little rocks here and there and plants and such. And so I think it looks better now. Okay. You can hardly see the mountains in the end, but that's okay. They are only for the background, and later we will have higher mountains here. Tell me what you think about the higher mountains around the background mountains and such, and tell me everything you think about this project. Okay. Yes, that's it for today. I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you for watching and all the best. Till next time. Tschüss.